lot of fruit trees behind, if you can see. So in a small area you can create your own garden, and here we have raised beds. These are raised beds. The reason we are not putting directly into the soil is because then you can, even if the soil down there is not as good, you can put your own amended soil and make it rich. You don't see many things in the raised beds because this is the heat season here in Miami, very hot summertime. We will be starting planting in September when the cooler nights start, and these raised beds will be full of different veggies at that time. Walk with me and I'll show you someone else. Here we have two bunnies. So these are our rescued pets, and we had to make a home for them, and we put a lot of soil so that they can dig tunnels and stay cool in the summertime. They help us a lot because the bunny, they only eat the veggies, whatever weeds that are growing in our garden, they like it. So they are not really weeds, they are food for these bunnies. So you don't have to put any herbicide to kill the weeds. You can actually pluck the weeds and give to the bunnies, and they like them, and the bunnies give you bunny poop in return, and that bunny poop we can use in your veggie garden. It's a wonderful source of nutrients, and it's a good fertilizer for the plants. So something to think about for you all. We do have a small area in our garden that we call it a meditation circle. So this is a wide open area and it's circular in shape, and the idea is to sit around and contemplate, meditate. These days it's because of the COVID-19 infection, we have stopped the physical meeting of the groups, but at other times we would be meeting here for meditation. So we created a small area here in the midst of the garden, because everyone who comes here says that they feel completely different surrounded by all the trees and the plants. It already gives you a sense of calmness, that you're away from cars and
from that.
This trellis we created for our passion vines, and we want it to take over so that it doesn't just look beautiful, it is edible as well. So this is passion fruit, different varieties for cross-pollination. We have different varieties of passion fruit, and they will take over this area, and it's another example of creating a beautiful space that would be edible as well. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was we are going into, or we are trying to be, a zero waste garden, that we do not waste anything that comes off of garden will be utilized in the garden itself as well as from our home. So we do not throw our food scraps and other waste, organic waste products from the home, like paper, small papers. We shred the paper, we keep the food scraps, and we put in our compost. We created a little compost here, but it looks small, but we have used it for 2 years, 3 years, and it keeps on the same size because someone is constantly decomposing it underneath. A lot of worms underneath, and there is a frog there right now, but and I think the frogs are there because there is a lot of fruit flies. So another example of how things work in a system. Like one animal eats the another, so you don't have to worry about things, and you just have to accept that you are part of this whole thing. So this is our compost bin. It's helping the trees around. They all look very lush and nice. Look at this galangal. It's a root that galangal roots are used in Thai cuisine. So everyone looks lush and beautiful, and this one compost here, it's feeding all the trees around. Another thing that you see here is the turmeric. That also looks very lush and nice. Another thing is we see many people throwing their palm tree leaves and leaf branches, and you don't have to throw them in your garbage bin. Actually, I don't think it's legal to throw your tree branches and palm tree leaves into your green garbage bin. So what we do is we start to collect all those leaves. On this side is our guava garden. created a leaf decomposition system, and if you see underneath, you see all that black decomposed thing. That's very rich. It's rich in nutrients. It can substitute your fertilizer that you buy from gardening stores or Home Depot. So actually it costs nothing. Of course you have to build something, but it doesn't have to be this sophisticated. Actually Miami-Dade County gives you a leaf composter that, and that's for free, and that's this probably like 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and you can keep anywhere, and you can start putting your leaves. In 1 month, in Florida weather, it will turn into a beautiful black compost that you can use for plants. This is the leaf compost that I was talking about, that Miami-Dade County gives for free for the house. And what you do is, it's very small size, so you can store anywhere, and you need to cut it into small pieces, or any leaves that fall, like any kind of leaves, or we have palm leaves there. So it keep on collecting, it keeps on composting. And here is a door that, look at this, what you collect here, this is rich, this is very rich, and you can put it around the soil where you plant your trees, because it's full of rich nutrients, and it's a fertilizer for the plants, and it's natural. And this is what we were talking about initially, to have natural organic fertilizer, not lab made fertilizers. This is what the trees will take very easily, and this is what will make them thrive. So it's an easy way to do, not much. All you have to do is keep on putting the leaves that have fallen instead of throwing them in your garbage bin, and soon for free you will have a rich compost that you can use it for plants. Just spread it around, the rains will come and the nutrients will seep in. Another experiment which we did, although our main compost is full of earthworms, those are, I think, earthworms from here. They are native earthworms, and if you really want to have red wigglers, which actually are a little finicky when it comes to too much heat of South Florida, so we had to make a worm factory, or we have to purchase a worm factory for them. And this is our worm factory, and we keep all our food scraps, everything here. We just collected a lot of rich worm castings, and we used it when we planted all our seedlings and trees. So very beneficial to have this one. Not really essential, this is just an experiment, but if you want to, this is another way to create your own fertilizer instead of using chemical. And this is the most important reason why we are gardening. Beautiful, delicious fruits.